Today, you will learn the secrets and tons of tips on devastating Aoki locks. Us! Welcome back, my dear white belts and that one random purple belt from somewhere in the US watching. We're back on the channel, Sandro is helping us out. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite submissions. I'm obviously a huge leglock fan. We have two instructionals on BJ Fanatics, leglock lock part 1 and leglock lock part 2. But today I'm going to give you one secret that we didn't go in full depth there. It's going to be the Aoki lock. Created by Shinjo Aoki, and one of the coolest things I ever saw was Mikey Musumeci hit this on Shinjo Aoki in a match, and that was one of the most beautiful moments in jiu-jitsu in my opinion. It was really cool to see the student become the master and the respect out of that. Enough chit-chat, let's get to it. Okay, so the Aoki lock is a leg lock. We're going to start off just with the basics, and then we're going to go over a lot of details, so stay tuned. Now, from my standard ashi, the Aoki lock is a heel hook. Mechanically, it's like a heel hook. So it's not an ankle lock. I'm going to attack the knee, but I'm also attacking the ankle, on the inside of the ankle. Usually, the pressure will come on the knee. So we're going to keep that in mind. I want you to imagine doing a heel hook. If you don't know what a heel hook is, check out one of our DVDs. But I want you to imagine doing a heel hook and having the same pressure. So we're not falling back like with a straight ankle lock or twisting like a toe hold. We're going to do heel hook mechanics. Now, for the Aoki lock, I want his heel to slip out on my chest. Now, in order to do that, I could slide off the leg, so I control the shin and slide back off as I push myself off, now with the standard ashi, but it could also be with this shadow hook or butterfly hook, what you want to call it. We'll see that later. I want to slide myself back. I want to turn my chest so his heel slips out. So you can clearly see Sandro's heel being stuck on my chest and his toes are still underneath my armpit. If he tries to pull the leg out, it's stuck. And if he tries to boot the leg, like an ankle lock defense, is also stuck. Now, this is the main part of getting to the Aoki lock, is getting this heel to slip on your chest while his toes are stuck underneath your armpit. Now for the grips, we can go palm to palm. We can grab the shin, like form of shotgun grip. We can go, and I want to do a quick shout out to Robert Deagle here with the Vaffanculo grip, which is Italian for go F yourself. And what I prefer to do is going all deep and catching this figure 4 lock all the way on my shoulder. Now the mechanics of the lock, just gently, are not going to be me falling off, but twisting his heel up, turning my chest to the mat, putting pressure in his knee. Now this is the easiest form from the ashi, but we're going to look at some forms where we have more pressure and keeping his thigh down, okay? So let's do a quick variation. This is the one how Jeremy Skinner used to do this on Camille Wilku, if I'm right. It's when Sandro has me in ashi. It's going to be a counter to the standard ankle lock. So Sandro is attacking my ankle. He has an ashi configuration. And I'm going to go in between this gap. And this is actually how we also show it on my first DVD, like years ago on BJ Fanatics, is I go in and I slide up to immediately catch his heel on my chest. Now for the beginners out there, before we go into the leg configuration, if Sandro is extending my ankle backwards and I'm twisting his knee in, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, go, I will always win that battle because my pressure is, I'm attacking the knee and the ankle and have a rotation. And let's just keep this in mind, rotation beats extension generally. To have more pressure on Sandro, I will pommel this leg in. Now if there's space in between his ashi, I will put the foot over and on his hip or on his grip to prevent Sandro from lifting his hip. If his knee is still in between, it doesn't matter. This was actually how Jeremy did it with Camille Wilku, is pommeling it over with the knee still in between and then turning my chest to the mat as I twist his heel up, attacking the Aoki lock there. Beautiful. Okay, so we have it from our standard ashi. We have the Aoki lock countering his ashi. Now we get into some details, especially attacking the secondary foot. Now let's switch sides. So let's go over the first one. It's one of my favorites. It's from the reap position. So I'm playing my ashi. I'm going to reap over, collecting the second leg. Yeah, we covered this also in the DVD. Nowadays it's called the Z-lock, reap, whatever you want to call it, controlling both legs, the Z-lock. I want to flex my hip in to keep a bend in this leg. Now usually I want to attack heel hooks here or attack his hip here or any kind of submission on the primary leg. Now we're going to look at the secondary leg. Because of the way his hip is turned to the right, that means his heel is inside in this space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it slip again, catch it, and now there's not much pressure on his thigh going down, but it's more than enough for me to now attack the Aoki lock and twist. If you want to have more pressure, especially in the setup as you go, you will pommel the bottom foot in with the shadow hook, or once again, butterfly hook. I'll pommel this foot in, get my toes here. As I'm flexing my foot to the mat, you see immediately his shin is turning to the side while his thigh is to the mat, and then I'm connecting Vaffanculo grip or whatever you want to go, and then twisting it to the side, whilst I'm stretching that foot to put a lot of pressure on the knee from a Z-lock. Now we can continue with this. We're gonna do it from 411, AKA saddle. Man, we're using a lot of names today, so sorry about that. Same thing applies. I'm controlling the secondary leg, yeah? And I wanna go for this Aoki lock here. I will keep on sliding myself backwards, so I'm controlling the shin, sliding, and letting the heel slip. Mind you, if I lose the secondary leg, my goal is always attacking the primary leg. Here the same thing applies. I can go foot on foot, squeeze my knees as I go to attack, but best thing yet, because of the space now, better than the Z-lock, is pommeling this in. Yeah? It's a bit risky because you're opening up your configuration of primary leg, but for the Aoki lock today, this is better, yeah? As I have this shadow hook in. Heel is slipped, control, figure 4. Now you can stay upright and just start twisting. You will get pressure, but I think the best pressure is putting my weight on his thigh and falling back this side. Now I do want to mention, this is stronger for the Aoki lock, but it's also helping him hide this heel if I want to attack heel hooks on the primary leg. So being on this side would be better if he were to strip the leg, pull the leg out, to catch the inside heel hook here and start attacking that one. But we're staying on Aoki locks today. And let's do the final one. Let's switch sides one last time. This one is really cool. It's from my standard ashi. I will slide back and insert this hook. Now, in our first instructional, we call this the shadow hook. There's still some guys out there who call it, but nowadays, everyone refers to this as a butterfly ashi. So get this hook in. Now, we can go with this hook in and then stomp on the hip, but now I'm gonna get in some really cool details. So for the guys still watching, this is crucial. Instead of holding the shadow hook here in his knee, I'm gonna slide it through to his hip to get more pressure on the hip, yeah? So my foot will be on his hip. Now something important happens. If I were to attack the Aoki lock and Sandro goes away or tries to pull his leg out, he's stuck. We've seen that. But I'm gonna show you also the defense to this Aoki lock. Sandro's best defense would be to turn towards his left, step over, and slide his heel and toes out in this way. Now, of course, I can start chasing his back or maybe enter for a different leg lock, but he escaped the Aoki lock. So we have to prevent that escape. So as I catch the Aoki, I pommel in this hook, I slide it down to his hip. Instead of putting this foot on the hip, I will throw it over and curl backwards. Now, there's pressure on the hip with my right foot, and there's a curl backstepping on his hip to prevent him from turning that way. So if he now starts to turn, he's more stuck, so it delays him, which gives me the time to go with any grip I like, turn my chest to the mat as I pressure into his knee and ankle for the Aoki lock. Now guys, I promise you I would share some secrets on the Aoki lock. I think these were plenty of them. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to dive deeper into leg locks, I'm not promoting myself, I'm really helping you out there. Check out BJJ Fanatics, enter my name or enter Leg Locks Unlocked, and check out all the stuff on leg locks. Sandro, thank you. See you guys in the next video. Hoos.